Prince Genesis remained strong-willed and inspired throughout his prison sentence and never let go of his vision of becoming a recording artist. And after spending 12 and a half years in the Illinois Department of Corrections, Genesis was released on the afternoon of July 14, 2005.
Here we go.
Oh man, are you serious? The day that I got out? Happiest day of my life, man. Man, like, I can't. And still, man, they tried to pull a stunt on me, man. I got my hair braided when I was in there and I was trying to leave, you know, and they told me to take my hair down. I wouldn't be able to leave, man. I took my hair right on down, right there in front of them. And I was like, man, look, you ain't nothing gonna stop this one here. You know what I'm saying? Man, it was wonderful, man. I rode the train, you know what I'm saying, all the way back to Chicago. And I was just remembering, thinking to myself, like, damn, all of these roads and stuff that I see, these are the same roads that took me to different prisons. And now I'm leaving all these roads to go back home. And man, it was different, man. They had built a lot of different stuff. You know what I'm saying? A lot of stuff that I knew was there was gone. All new stuff put up in its place. And nobody, I remembered no one, man. It seemed like everybody that I used to affiliate with were either dead, locked up, or moved completely away. So it was kind of a lonely feeling at the same time, but at the same token, I was glad to be free, man. And when I saw Soldier Field, when we pulled up and I was able to see Soldier Field, man, again, I felt at home. You know what I'm saying?
Time still could not mend the damaged relationship between Genesis and his mother.
And they put me back in a situation. I was supposed to go to, Peoria, Illinois, once I had a parole and whatnot, because one of my music buddies, music partners, who we were supposed to be putting some stuff together, he was living there. And I was supposed to get there. The studio was set up. Everything was mapped out for me. You know what I'm saying? But he ended up getting locked up. So they couldn't send me there. So they ended up sending me back with my mom, because she had called and requested for me to come there. And I guess she called herself trying to, mend things between us. And I opened my heart to it. I gave it the old college try, what have you. But it wouldn't work, because now I was grown. You know what I mean? So it's like a grown man needs, I'll put it like this, a grown man needs to have his own place. Especially a grown man who used to have prior problems with his mom. You know what I'm saying? And the problems came quickly between her and I. So she had a problem with a female that I was dating at the time. And the female that I was dating at the time happened to be living in the same building that we were living in. Hell, I've been locked up for 12 and a half years. You expect me not to be, you know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm a grown man. This is the reason why we had problems. Because I'm a grown man. She missed a lot of my life. Even when I was out, she missed a lot of my life. Because she was never there for me. You understand? So she don't understand the moves that I'm making, and the moves that I'm making is just natural for a young man to do. And it ended up real bad. And I ended up living with somebody else instead of being at home. You know what I'm saying? And that's basically how that went down.
Not to be defeated, Genesis set out to embark on his career in music, and in October of 2005, he recorded his first song in a professional studio.
My first experience in the studio was with, I had met somebody in prison named Kane, and we started doing some raps in jail. And then when I got out, he hit me up. I hit him up like, yo, okay, let's get it in. So we were supposed to go to the studio and stuff like that, and he was on house arrest and I was on house arrest. Plus, we both felons. We weren't supposed to be hanging out together. So we were trying to tiptoe around and do things. You know what I'm saying? But so it never really panned out that way. However, my brother-in-law knew a guy named Dre. He was a producer from Calumet City, and I had an idea in my head for a song that I wrote in jail, and I got me a little rinky-dink job, telemarketing job out in Elgin. Working for AmeriCall. And then what happened was that I got an opportunity to get enough money to go down to the studio and record the song, and then I recorded another track of his called The Proof.
When you hear a bunch of people singing sad songs, then you know this shit is going wrong. And today somebody's never coming home. Pistol smoke, shells, yellow tape, chalk lines, a bloody face, an ambulance chasing a mother losing her faith. It's the black life, and if you like white, you'll need a black light. And act right when you coming out to witness the black blight, cause you might just catch a couple cases intended for colored faces, cause we the most hated out all the races.
But that was my first time ever recording. I felt good about that, being in the booth and being able to express myself, because it was a dream come true, really, because I had thought about that for many years while I was in prison, about that one moment. And I felt good about that one moment because it was like that was the first of many dreams coming true, or at least the first phase of a big dream coming true.
A random conversation with a coworker at his job put Genesis in a position to meet the type of musical support he was looking for.
I used to work it in Elgin, but it was too far from the city for me to travel, and I was on house arrest at the time. So I remember one day I was working, and there was a team of guys and trainers from the other office, from the Lansing office, and that's a lot closer to where I was in Chicago. They came out, and I'm like, I met this one guy, and I said, hey man, what office are you out of? He was like, I'm out of the Lansing office. I'm like, where is that? And he was like, he told me where it was, and I'm like, oh, that's a lot closer than this place over here. I mean, I had to take 2 buses and 3 trains to get here. And he was like, nah, man, you don't need to be doing that. Put in a transfer and come over there. So that's what I did. I put in a transfer and I went over there. And that's when I met this guy named Clifford. And Clifford had a group called URT, Untouchable Roundtable, you know, representing the youth to the fullest, baby. That's what it is. And he asked me, he was like, hey man, I got these 2 other rappers that I rap with, dog. Why don't you get down with us? And I was like, all right, cool. So I met Streets and I met Hood, and then I met Dope. He was the local producer in the area in Calumet City. Everybody knew about the cat. He had produced everybody from like down in the low end all the way to the suburban area, you know what I mean, and beyond those locations. But he never really got his big start neither, but he was like on the brink of that. He's always been top-notch level producer or what have you, but he was doing a lot of underground work. So when I met him, I wanted to do this song called Walk With Me, right? And I went in with Streets and Hood, and we was gonna do it together. So I went in, we did of course Streets and Hood were phenomenal with their verses, and I went in and I did my verse. And after I did my verse, he was like, yo, this is dope now. He was like, yo, that's what's up, man. I like that joint, man. I'm gonna do some work with you. And I was like, yeah, I wanna do some work with you too. So he played me some beats, and when I heard this man's beats, I was like, are you serious? From that point on, me and this guy, man, I did a whole demo called The Street Scriptures. I actually had wrote an album when I was in jail, and I named it Street Scriptures. So I named demo Street Scriptures, and we did about 5-6 songs. And I remember the first song I did was called Drives You Crazy.
Nigga, I'm fresh out of jail, giving these punk ass beings so much jail that they trying to do anything to put me back in that cell. From locking me up for shit I ain't do to being falsely accused, but let me out because they know I'm gonna sue.
Ridiculous. I think the most inspirational song that I ever did with him would be the This Ain't the Life, featuring my brother-in-law. And I wrote it at the time because I was going through so much, man. Me and my mom, again, were going through the turmoil again, and she had just like kicked me out, and I was on house arrest, so I was standing with my auntie, and I had the rinky-dink job, and it wasn't working out for me, man, and things were just crazy. So I wrote the song because that's what I was feeling at the time. I was like, damn, I came out, I was 12.5 years later, and nothing changed in my life. Nothing changed but me. Everybody else is still the same. And I'm like, this can't be the life.
Born 1977 in the opposite of heaven. Genesis, the born sinner, turned out the born killer. Lower class liver from the womb. I slept inside an empty room, nothing but a cot to rest my head on, to hide the wounds suffered, abused by my OG. So how can you expect for me to not see the world as my greatest enemy? As usual, I had no dad, so yeah, shit's bad. That's why it wasn't hard to see the word for working dime bags. You
starve in the ghetto if you can't hustle. And being tough ain't got a goddamn thing to do with muscle. Looking fly ain't got a goddamn thing to do with struggle. Niggas hate you got no goddamn thing to do but rumble. Being humble or get your ass fucked. Streets to jail. The hood is so hot, niggas get shot and pray for hell. Why shed tears? You need that water eating the beef. Niggas getting G'd up to look nice at their funerals. That's on chief. I told my he getting high while I'm walking the street. Cause I know when I get home there ain't nothing to eat. Lord please, I need a place just to rest my feet. Someone told me long ago this ain't the life for me. I told my he getting high while I'm walking the street. Cause I know when I get home there ain't nothing to eat. Lord please, I need a place just to rest my feet. Someone told me long ago this ain't the life for me.
You know, and then a couple songs after that, when we finally finished it, he put it together and whatnot, and I started performing. I started performing at this place called the What's Up, and I did a performance up there. This is before I thought about taping my performances and stuff like that. I just wanted to get my name out there, what have you. It was kind of good, man. People started hearing about me around there in the hood. I dropped some of the CDs off at work. I gave some of the CDs around to people in the neighborhood.
Once Genesis completed his demo CD, he began performing in local clubs and promoting his music to anyone who would listen, including an internet podcast by the name of hoodhype.com.
Let's get in the last track.
Yeah,
I'll see if I can find this motherfucker's number.
Yeah, Prince Genesis, man.
Oh,
this shit
he's
right
new.
here.
New guy.
Yeah, just got submitted. Hot off the fucking press, man.
Yep.
The review panel got that shit to us real quick.
Not too often that
and
shit
I see
comes
why,
off.
cause
all right, cool. Just be right down.
beat is on fire. Shit is sick.
What's up? Water. Come on, nigga. Come on. Yeah, we got you now, nigga. Fuck you thought you doing? Come on, get this nigga. Man, open that motherfucking door, nigga. Come on.
You niggas is bitch, running with niggas who claim they cheap but snitch. Run they mouth before it pop, but when it's real beef, they shit. And ain't the type to fight a one-on-one battle, they rather hide. Right behind niggas they sending off because they scared to ride. It's the beast in me that make me hate them type of punk niggas. Quick to lip box with a soft cat, but they know they not killers. Even the scaredest nigga will kill something when his back's against the wall. But the difference is it's pop and run, or pop and watch them fall. Gangsters never front in front of the masses. What they do, catch it by yourself. Fuck you think you talking to niggas. Chicago, we walk with heat, that's why we left. And ain't no mercy on them sissy motherfuckers acting pimp. And talking shit will probably have your enemy drive up in this. Wait for you to try to trip, jump out the whip and start to spit. You won't beef, we won't beef. You got niggas, I got crews. You want war, we want war. And I'm strapped, nigga with two. You ain't saying shit, what you gon' do is make me get off my humble. Step to your mama and still her, leave her with permanent mumbles. After that, I know you coming, I'm high, clutching this trigger, face to face. I got a gun, you got a gun, but who's God, bitch, nigga?
You niggas move to bite. I see you fools of Christ. And once the fuse ignites, I'ma put out your lights. Bullets and bruise your sight. And kill shit when I spray, so you hold your lay low, lose your life. I got the tools to strike when the mood is right. So if you use this strike, come and prove it tonight. I got some goons who like to kill shit when I say so. So you better lay low or lose your life. You get your fucking head towed off and choose to fight. Father God, nigga. God, nigga. God, nigga.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Big shout out right there, man. Big shit right there. Prince Genesis on the cut. And then shit, the other track we had, man, was the newcomer. They just got on the list, Prince Genesis. So big shout out to them, man. They did their thing.
No doubt. Sounded kind of like Papoose.
Yeah, he did a little bit.
But you got a totally different flow.
And they out of Chi-Town, man. So we're going to have all the information up on hoodhype.com. Come over there, check them out, man. Go to their website, support these artists, man.
Hood Hype gave Genesis high marks and boosted his confidence 100%. And in early March, opportunity knocked once again when he was given the phone number to the CEO of local record label Conquer Records. A meeting was set and the cards were in the Prince's favor.